It's an honor to speak with both of you. You are always amazing, and you are fabulous as usual in this film. Now, you didn't have much time to really gather together that family dynamic, and yet it was very evident that Steve came from a loving home and yet was going through, this horrible situation. Can you each talk about how you related to Mrs. and Mr. Harmon, or how they felt about their son's trial? Starting with Jennifer.
I guess the connection is just being a parent. I have a son, I'm a Black woman, and each and every time we see any young Black child get in these scenarios, it hits close to home. So it didn't take much to have to stretch to be able to portray it. Yeah, they were my family even on the set. So I hope, you perceive it that way.
Definitely. Jeffrey?
Yeah, I'm a parent as well. And, a parent here in New York City to a teenage boy and a teenage girl. And I think the story is very much a story about family and about a family that loves and a family that tries to protect one another in a way that good families do. But it's also a story about when the door opens, and that young man walks outside and what happens out there and what challenges he finds out there, what temptations he finds out there, and how he is received, how he is seen, and how that affects him emotionally and perhaps physically. So, my door opens every day, and my kids go out. And so I read the script, obviously, for this film, but I already knew the story in some ways very well.
Totally understandable. And you guys really did such a fabulous job of portraying that family dynamic. Like Jennifer said, it really did feel like you were a family on set. So speaking of Kelvin as your son, you got to watch him a few years back, sort of growing into the actor he's becoming now. What was it like helping him along in his journey?
Well, I mean, Kelvin is a wonderful actor. And I think what we try to do is, just give as much as we can through our performances to one another, and particularly him, because that information and those vibrations, they allow the other actor to feed, and and it just builds on we all build on each other, trying to create the dynamics and the everything that the story requires. Kelvin, I think, Kelvin's, he does his own thing. I whisper a couple of things here and there. He might listen, he might not. He's his own guy. And this is many years ago, of course. Now it's been 5 years since we made the film.
Yes.
But I think at the end of the day, he gives as good a performance as I've ever seen from a young actor in this film. Any. And, there've been some, young actors that have come out and received a lot of acclaim and nominations and all of these things. I haven't seen any performance that brings more to the screen than Kelvin has brought with this performance.
I agree. It was very nuanced. And you guys were both amazing in it as well. Thank you so much. It was wonderful speaking with you today.